What is this? Destiny nukes any potential Hasan bridge. Says Trump taking action on Lebanon would be a godsend. Also says Pikers controlled opposition. He is. And that's true. This is very stupid. When fascists are coming to power, leftists being attacked is not a godsend for liberals. You can see how well that panned out in Germany in World War II. The fighting between the communists and the social democrats is one of the main reasons Hitler came to power. It's just a lie. This lie got repeated so much on BreadTube and lefty communities. It's just totally divorced from history. It's just not true. It's that whole liberals always give way to fascists. It's just absolutely not true. The SPD was completely and totally 100% unified in their opposition to the Nazi Party. Like they always were. Well, not maybe always, but like when it came time to when they were like becoming like a political movement, I don't know, at the very, 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 very beginning. I mean, they were generally opposed to any of the liberal people, but the solution is to find solidarity in a common enemy and put differences aside, at least temporarily. The funny thing is this is what the KPD and the Nazi Party did. They found solidarity in a common enemy, the liberals, the SPD, and they put differences aside to fight. But then once the Nazis started to gain power, was it the Reichstag fire, I think, is where a fire started. I don't know if people agree necessarily where it came from, but I think the Nazis like capitalized on that to say, oh, that was the commies, and then fucking got all of them out of, I think they arrested almost all of them, right? There were 4 ones that were arrested, 1 was executed. I reject the leftist and liberal fighting. No more online political figures using their egos to drive people apart. Like, it's not an ego battle, it's an ideological battle. It was a commie that did it. Do people agree that it was I wish I could remember the name of the guy. That is that the historical consensus? I don't know if they figured it out 100% who did it, but there was consensus around one figure. I don't remember who it was. But I'm pretty sure that Hitler capitalized on that and used it as an opportunity to ditch to get the communists kicked out of the Reichstag, the parliament. What did they call it? The problem is that the SPD and KPD weren't infighting. The KPD wanted liberal democracy to fall just as much as the Nazis did. True. If you can't even meet the bare minimum of supporting the party opposing the fascists, how exactly are you in? The German October, even on April 1st, 1933, an appropriately symbolic date for such a proclamation, the Executive Committee of the Comintern resolved, despite the fascist terror, the revolutionary upturn in Germany will inexorably grow. The masses' defense against fascism will inexorably grow. The establishment of an openly fascist dictatorship, which has shattered every democratic illusion in the masses and is liberating the masses from the influence of the Social Democrats, is accelerating the tempo of Germany's development towards a proletarian revolution. I think that the feeling was still throughout Europe. Like if you saw what happened with the, is it with the Tsar? Is that what the name of the family was in the Soviet, or not in the Soviet, in the Russian Empire? But when that monarch fell to Lenin, people had this thought that all across Europe, everybody was on the verge of this proletariat revolution. It was basically an inevitability that the contradictions of capital and all that bullshit would lead to there being like these socialist uprisings across all of Europe, and it would just happen. Even if the Nazis were to take over, whatever, as long as the Liberal Party was knocked down, the capitalists were gone, eventually there would be these proletariat revolutions everywhere. The relative inaction of the communists reflected above all the party leadership's belief that the new government, the last violent dying gasp of a moribund capitalism, would not last more than a few months before it collapsed. Aware of the risk that the party might be banned, the German communists had made extensive preparations for a lengthy period of illegal or semi-legal existence and no doubt stockpiled as substantial a quantity of weapons as they were able. They knew, too, that the Red Front Fighters League would get no support from the Social Democrats' paramilitary associate, the Reichsbanner, with which it had clashed repeatedly over the previous years. The party's constantly reiterated demands for a unity front with the Social Democrats stood no chance of becoming reality, since it was only willing to enter into it if the social fascists, as it called them, gave up all their political independence and, in effect, put themselves under Communist Party leadership. The party stuck rigidly to the doctrine that the Hitler government signaled the temporary triumph of big business and monopoly capitalism and insisted that it heralded the imminent arrival of the German October. Even on April 1st, 1933, oh no, this is the quote that this came from. Under the weight of its internal contradictions, and the Hitler government would collapse under the weight of its internal contradictions, to be followed immediately by the victory of Bolshevism in Germany. Communist inaction, therefore, was the product of communist overconfidence and the fatal illusion that the new situation posed no overwhelming threat to the party. RIP. That's why Stalin allied with Hitler. He was betting on the liberal West and fascists tearing each other down, and then he'd sweep in. Maybe. I don't know exactly what the thought process was there, other than I'm sure to some extent it was just strategic. Like neither side probably really wanted to fight with each other, right? Why do you think fascists keep winning elections? Which strategies could you adopt from them to win? I think you misinterpret the reason why Trump keeps winning. You need to create messaging for 80 IQ individuals. Maybe that helps to some extent. You have to understand that there's going to be some give that I have no desire to participate in, and I would rather just live in a fascist government. Okay, like if you're typing up some whole manifesto about how, oh no, Destiny, the way to win is you've got to act like a fucking retard, treat everybody like a fucking retard, and lie about fucking everything constantly in order to, you know, assuage the masses. Then at that point, I don't give a fuck. I'd rather just live in a fascist. I don't want to have any part in that. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about that. Okay, in my personal opinion, a big reason why authoritarians or people on the right are taking over I was talking about like fucking 10 years ago. I think one of the big issues is liberalism and liberal parties, like left-leaning parties, became so predominant and so domineering because it was such a successful way to rule that they kind of became like, the assumption was just that this was the way to run things, and nobody knew how to defend it. Right? It's because it's so obviously the right way to do things. So this is just how things are. And then when people started to challenge it, nobody really knew how to respond to those challenges. Initially, that comes out maybe as like college debates or edgy people on social media or whatever, you know, political rhetoric. And it's, you know, okay, well, you know, we're just going to shout you down or scream you down and shame you until you go away. But I think a growing issue was that real problems started to come up, and it felt like left-leaning parties didn't know how to deal with them honestly and accurately, because it felt like they were making concessions somehow to the right by admitting that these problems existed. So I think that a huge instigator, I think, across Europe was the Syrian refugee crisis, combined with a lot of refugees and asylum seekers from especially like Northern African, Middle Eastern countries and everything. The inability for left-leaning parties to address problems related to immigration, you know, without just saying like, oh, you know, like religion of peace, LOL, or without saying like, oh no, every single immigrant is the same, everybody's equal, everybody's whatever. Like with their, anytime you decide that you're not going to talk about a thing, then what you're telling everybody is the only person you can listen to talk about this thing is probably somebody who is your ideological opponent. Right? In the United States, this kind of happened with maybe like red pill or men's rights movements. Like nobody on the left wanted to talk about stuff related to men. And so, you know, the only people who were talking about it were fucking Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. And I think that that's a huge issue. But as of recently, liberals are getting better about it. I say recently, actually. No, over the past few years. Like I think Gavin Newsom just did a thing that would have been unheard of, I think, even 3 or 4 years ago. This thing.
All right, well, good morning.
I can't watch this. Maybe it's in the news. We'll go over it. But Gavin Newsom introduces new programs for young men after Charlie Kirk assassination. Full briefing. But like stuff like this is just so hard to talk about. Destiny. Then loss is inevitable. The fascists have a solid plan that has been described in Dugin's Fundamentals of Geopolitics. Refugee crisis in Europe was not an accident. Liberals and democracies are never proactive and constantly are on the defense. Yeah, but that's fine, but you can defend better. I mean, but you have to be on the defense. When you're the predominant power of the world, then, I mean, it's not like you can constantly be on offense. You become defensive at some point. But I mean, it's not like fascist regimes have a good track record. They suck, right? Like our cucked diversity is our greatest strength and everybody should be equal and all that. Those cucked beliefs, like, you know, got us to the atom bomb. They got us to space. They made us leaders in every single facet of the world economy, world culture, you know, a center point of everybody around the world bringing their money and capital here, bringing the brightest students here, the brightest engineers here, the best, you know, business owners here. Like it works. The model works, right? You just have to be willing to defend it a bit more ardently, I think. There's also the idea that when you run out of people to fight with, you kind of fight with yourself, which I think damages us a lot too. Yeah? Did you like Weapons? I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was cute. Thoughts on accelerationism? Well, let's give Trump everything and run this shit to the ground. So this is like a thing that I've dealt with a little bit lately, although I don't want to sound dramatic. I don't want to sound dramatic because there are people that live in way worse scenarios than I do. But I think that one of the most important things that we have right now in society that people don't realize how weird it is when it's gone is a feeling of safety. The idea that you can go to sleep at night and nobody's going to break into your house and steal your shit. The idea that you can walk around in public and nobody is going to attack you or like really like seriously attack you. Like that feeling of safety is, to lose that actually feels so unbelievably fucking horrible. Like people that have their homes broken into or that get assaulted in public, or if you live as a woman, like having to constantly worry about your safety is such a horrible, bad feeling, and that will roll over in every part of your life. All that to say that like it's sexy to talk about accelerationism and civil war, but like that's not like a fun environment to live in. Going back to what I said before about how I feel like conservatives need to be more afraid, of all the violence and everything going on. Like everybody should not want that outcome. It's not fun. It's not sexy. It's not cool. It's not romantic. Like it just sucks. Everything just sucks about it. No offense, but Americans probably have a different / worse standard in that regard. No, they don't. It's hard to explain this, especially if you're a European looking in. You might think that like Americans have this really weird standard of like Americans must be scared all the time of like gun violence. We're really not. We say it and we broadcast it on our media, but not really. Americans don't generally live that way. Like I said, you like look to how people act, and that'll give you a better indication about how people feel. Like when like this is what I always said. Hate me as much as you want, but like I don't think Americans have ever actually cared at all about like gas prices, like high gas prices. Because I remember when I was working class, 2007 to 2010, right, when I was like a carpet cleaner, casino person, like shit like cost of stuff was actually a concern for me. I always drove a small as fuck car as a result of that. I never understood Americans complaining about the cost of gas and shit when all they buy are massive fucking trucks and SUVs. That never made any sense to me. And then Americans will just tell you the dumbest things ever. Like, why do you have an SUV? It's like, I have 2 kids. And they do sports. What, sedans don't have trunks? What the fuck are you hauling off to these? Are you bringing the whole, like the entire team's worth of gear with you? Like how often are you hauling all this shit around, Or, people, there are so many, especially, bro, living in Omaha, Nebraska, so many people with trucks. Why the fuck do you have a giant ass fucking 4x4 or whatever? And they're like, well, what if somebody needs to move something? And this is the cleanest, the most unscratched truck bed you've ever seen in your entire life. I don't even know if the tailgate's even been lowered a single time. It's like, rent a U-Haul for one day. What the fuck is wrong with you? So yeah, I mean, like people will say in America that they're worried about certain things, but look at how they act, right? People still go out, they do things. It's like Americans aren't really afraid. But this is an issue too, is that people sell you this idea that you are afraid, or they pretend that people are, and that people don't know what it's like to actually be afraid, to actually be, to feel like you're not safe or something. It's not good, I don't know how this is a rebuttal to my point. Would you not agree that the SPD and KPD should have at least temporarily put their differences aside and treated the Nazis as a more serious threat? The problem is that the KPD was more aligned with the Nazi Party's goals than the SPD's goals. The KPD wanted to see a downfall of like liberal capitalist democracy. The problem is that the differences here are that one group wanted to save democracy and the other didn't. The obligation to change course was completely one-sided. If someone can't even tell their audience who to vote for, no one should be putting anything aside for them. So your perspective is that it was good for the SPD to put more focus into fighting the KPD than the Nazis. Did they? I feel like they were fighting both sides like quite a bit. Also, I disagree. I prefer communism over Nazism. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's they don't actually think this thing is that bad. And it also feels cringe because now I feel like my parents, or at least what my parents used to think. Now my parents don't give a fuck about communism. None of MAGA does. But like people have this like very romantic view of like communism. It's funny. People always say like, well, in a perfect world, wouldn't communism be great? I don't know. In a perfect world, wouldn't capitalism be great? Like if we're talking about perfect worlds, like wouldn't a perfect world be I could go and work for any company that I wanted to and I would always make like a really high wage and I could like in a perfect world, capitalism would be fine as well, right? Just like in a perfect world, communism would be fine. Like what? If we're talking perfect worlds, any form, any mode of economic organization and production could theoretically be fine, right? Even monarchism, feudalism, whatever the fuck else. I don't know. Quit stalling. What am I stalling on? What about slavery? I mean, sure. Theoretically, even slavery could be fine, right? No? Like, imagine you, like, the slaves live in like the nicest mansions and they just have to like do some work every day. I don't know. I mean, like, if you're going to say like perfect world, then theoretically, like in a perfect world, every type of organization can theoretically be perfect. It's just dumb because when you say perfect world, you're like you're just assuming away, or you're hand waving away the harder parts of your ideology, right? Like, imagine a Nazism where the Nazis' master race was like the American ethnicity or something, you know? Like, it's... But you're like assuming away like all of the hard parts of... Yeah, theoretically, maybe in a perfect world, like anarchism would be fine because everybody would just provide all the services that everybody else needs to make sure everything... It's just like dumb. It doesn't make any sense, you know? Because in a perfect world, literally everything is perfect. Fuck, what was I just thinking of? Oh my God. Wait, somebody give me the Hasan clip laughing at Austin talking about voting for Kamala. It was such a great example of how lame it felt the last election to support the Democratic Party. Everybody made you feel like a loser for doing it. You couldn't even say you were voting for Kamala or Biden initially without people like attacking you for it. This may be a dumb question, but if you try to inform your MAGA parents, bro, you don't understand how much crazy media they consume. Let's see, what is the last thing my mom sent me? It would be on Instagram. Hold on. Let's see. What is this guy? Video has no sound. Democrats kill a bill for tuition assistance for children of veterans killed in battle, then approve giving illegal aliens free tuition. Let that sink in and then pass this on. Destiny, I'm certain you were laughed at online way more with Biden than with Kamala. Am I wrong? No, everybody shit on Kamala too, because everybody just bought into the conservative talking points on everything. People had this weird thing with Kamala where they were like, oh, she speaks in a word salad. And it's like, excuse me, have you listened to Donald Trump talk ever? Oh God, what is this? And then the thing she sent me before this. My mom was a #1. I brought this up on stream before. I don't know who remembers this or not. So my dad, when you do, when you go to the military and you go through basic, they give you a ton of vaccines. Also, when you deploy to other countries, it's so many vaccines, supposedly. My parents told me, right? So they spent a lot of time in a lot of places. I think the Philippines, Okinawa is, I think, where they met. And I think before my dad went over to Okinawa, I don't know how this even happens, but I think they usually give you shots where my military people in the deltoid and the shoulder. My dad actually got vaccine injured such that he can't like raise his arm that much above his head. Like it impeded the function of his muscle. Somehow something died here. And he gets paid out like 40 or 50 or 60% disability, I think, as part of his Air Force retirement, right? Despite the fact that my dad had a vaccine injury, like an actual injury from a vaccine, my vaccines have never, ever been a question, ever, for my family. That was never a question. My mom, I couldn't even imagine my mom saying we're not going to get vaccinated. Whereas now my parents, neither of them believe in vaccines anymore. Neither of them get vaccinated for anything unless my dad has to for work. And it's like, what the fuck? We had like 3 family members die from COVID, but they're like, no, I remember my dad had to get vaccinated with COVID, the COVID vax for his job. And like my mom, she said she was joking, but my mom would like try to stick magnets on him to see if it would like, if he was becoming magnetic. I don't think she was joking. It's just wild to me. What is this? This is the thing before the last thing that she
Pull
sent
from
me.
this that none of the vaccines, including the COVID vaccine, has not been properly tested. Absolutely. Not a single childhood vaccine, I could tell you, has gone through a placebo-controlled clinical trial of sufficient duration and power to assess that it was safe before being injected into millions of children in America.
All right.
I can say that categorically, not because it's my opinion, but because anybody who goes to the FDA website could see that for themselves by looking at the package insert and the underlying clinical trial documents that are available on the FDA website.
Am I to pull from this that none of the vaccines, including the COVID vaccine, has not been properly tested?
Absolutely. Not a single childhood vaccine, I could tell you, has gone through a placebo-controlled clinical trial of sufficient duration and power to assess that it was safe before being injected into millions of children in America.
All right.
I can say that categorically, not because it's my opinion, but because anybody who goes to the FDA website could see that for themselves by looking at the package insert and the underlying clinical trial documents that are available on the FDA website.
Am I to pull from this that none of the
Yeah, the talking point for this is that like there are medical ethics around certain types of things that you test, and like so if you are doing a medical trial with somebody, for instance, and you have a treatment and it looks like early in the trials that one treatment is like highly effective versus the placebo, they have to switch you. Or they're supposed to switch everybody off of the placebo to the medication that looks highly effective because you're like fucking over the placebo group. There's also something with vaccines. When you test new vaccines, you don't test them against a placebo because the current version of the vaccine already is efficacious. It already works. So you test them against the current vaccines that are being given to people. To put somebody in a placebo group means that you're necessarily doing something that you have clinical evidence is not conductive or conducive to good healthcare outcomes, and you're putting somebody in a worse healthcare spot just to test somebody else. It's like a violation of ethics. You can't do that, right? Does your mom even believe in placebo? I don't even know, bro.
Dad, I wanted to ask you this.
Oh shit. Let me use the restroom real quick. One sec.
This question. You said there's going to be retaliation. What do you think that will look like?
It will look like Democrats getting shot.
By who?
You'll see.
No, I'm asking you to tell me what you think here.
I don't have to.
Great podcast. You're the best.
Okay, what I think, shut up and listen. What I think is Democrats are going to get payback in numbers.
You don't think that this could have been payback for Democrats getting assassinated, which happened in June?
No.
Why not?
Because they're not related.
All of this is related. How do you not see that?
No, they're not. How do you not see that?
We have a massive problem in this country with gun violence.
No, we don't.
A school shooting and an assassination and a political assassination happened on the same day.
All right. You blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear anymore.
You're going to hear it because you just said we don't have a problem with gun violence.
I don't have to hear it.
Okay, then you can dismiss yourself, but I'm going to keep speaking.
You're so full of shit, it's ridiculous. Your crap sack was full 2-3 weeks ago.
All right.
Dad, I wanted to ask you this question. You said there's going to be retaliation. What do you think that will look like?
It will look like Democrats getting shot.
By who?
You'll see.
No, I'm asking you to tell me what you think here.
I don't have to.
Great podcast. You're the best.
Okay, what I think, shut up and listen. What I think is Democrats are going to get payback in numbers.
You don't think that this could have been payback for Democrats getting assassinated, which happened in June?
No.
Why not?
Because they're not related.
All of this is related. How do you not see that?
No, they're not. How do you not see that?
We have a massive problem in this country with gun violence.
No, we don't.
A school shooting and an assassination and a political assassination happened on the same.
Sorry, I repeated. Good one. Nobody even knows about the other shooting that happened on the same day as the Charlie Kirk stuff.
If Kamala Harris, dude, here, I'm going to be radically honest with you, okay? Like, lesser evil voting, in theory, is correct, okay? It is. It just is. It doesn't matter, though, because that's not how people operate. That's number one. And number two, okay, not only is it not how people operate, but also beyond that, the Democratic Party takes advantage of that time and time again to move to the right on every single issue, even when it is actually sabotaging their own chances. And worst of all, if Kamala Harris had done anything, like anything at all, even marginally different than Joe Biden, to like distance herself from Joe Biden on this objectively unpopular issue, on this objectively unpopular thing, if she had even communicated a different perspective, then these arguments would make a little bit more sense. Okay? I will never tell you not to vote. Things aren't just right because you say so. What the fuck? Wait, what do you mean? Dude, it's literally 99% Hitler versus 100% Hitler. Technically, it is correct. 99% Hitler is better than 100% Hitler. What are you talking about? But that's not how it works. Like, that's not how anything works. The fuck do you mean?
Like, how can this guy be the one saying, libs, we need to fight together now?
The fuck do you think you are? Instance of a lesser evil is nothing but motivated reasoning for for an either-or fallacy? In a duopoly, it is, unfortunately, how that works. Also, I'm not even saying that, like,
I didn't say who should be pandering to who. I said that it was dumb for Destiny to hope that Trump takes Hasan out. I'm not asking Destiny to pander to Hasan. I'm asking him to not promote authoritarians coming for Hasan, because that is not going to help liberals whatsoever. Authoritarian, like, Hasan will never be a target of the current administration. Because Hasan and other tankies like him, Majority Report people, who else? Who are all the stupid dipshits on this side? Brianna, Jory Gray. I always name these two people, but there are more. The Vanguard, TYT, etc., etc., etc. Have no desire to actually pursue real political power. They just make commentary on the left that is majority designed to attack other Democrats. People like Hasan play an important role in the current power structure to keep the left weak and divided. Good one.
So what you're saying?
Oh, and then this one.
oh god,
Hi, Austin Show. Please tell us your name.
he just walked away.
My name is Austin Cho.
Cool. Austin, do you have a voting plan for 2024?
Yes, I am going to fill out my mail-in ballot
He looks pretty jacked though.
in the state of Oregon, and then I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. I may vote twice.
Don't do that. It's illegal.
Oh, okay. Delete that.
Do you have a plan on where to put your voting sticker?
Yeah, right in the ballot box.
No, the sticker is what you get for voting.
I'm going to put it like on the visor of my car.
I think that's a great spot for it, honestly, because you can remind yourself, I did my civic duty.
Yeah, I voted, and I'll think of it every single day until I vote again.
Do you have a soundtrack in your mind for voting?
Hot to go? I don't know why.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
H-O-T-T-O-T-O.
Yeah.
The polls are going to be hot.
Yes, they're absolutely going to be.
Notice
Where are you
how
voting from?
I'm voting from...
Hasan paused his chat because he wasn't sure what the response would be to him saying he was going to vote for Kamala. Oh my god.
down the street at the school in Hollywood.
Hell yeah. Well, we know our states are going blue. Let's just move to a swing state.
I'm not a swinger.
You're not?
I don't work late and I'm not a swinger.
Okay.
Is there any reason that you think queer people might be apprehensive about voting?
They shouldn't be. No apprehension. Get out and vote.
Do it. Austin
Vote,
told you
bitch.
to.
Yeah, I told you to. Get to the ballot box, fill out your mail-in ballot, especially if you're in a swing state. Go vote for Kamala Harris. Just f the other guy.
We're going to Steamworks.
Yes.
Drag pack.
My name is...
This is why I'm an enemy to the LGBTQ community. Okay, let me tell you. This is why I'm a foe, dog. This is it. This is it. Anyway, let's hear from much. Okay, Kamala Harris is gonna do. What's up? I did. Why are you in the Discord? Austin is mad. Austin is mad at you guys. Stop yelling at him. Here.
But people,
Hold on. Okay, go.
people take a video like that was recorded in Chicago during the DNC as if it was recorded like they piped me in live from the streets of Chicago with Will and Belli. right? Like, what do you expect from an interview like that? A street interview with a drag queen. What the do you expect? You know, I'm an undecided voter. You know,
like I'm not voting for Holocaust Harris is what you should say.
No,
Austin is so mad he's breaking
look,
things.
I have unendorsed Kamala Harris.
Okay.
For president of the United States, although I'm voting for her. Okay, that's my stance.
I'm riding. I'm riding with Biden.
Just
Like, it's just so cringe. Like, just constantly shits on the candidate, but whatever. Whatever. What is this? Why was this linked to me?
So what you're saying is, it's all downhill for Mystery Inc.
No! Hey, you're doing that thing again where you take everything I say out of context. You're trying to make it look like I think Coolsville sucks. No! Don't record that!
All Fred Jones had to say was,
I think Coolsville sucks.
in light.
Okay, based.
And that's not actually violent. Now I run your
Oh, this guy. Jesus Christ.
show.
Don't run shit, bro. You can't even run your diet. Get the fuck out of here. I think the issue is, right now the U.S. has no leadership to present that vision.
No one cares, little bro. Oh shit, I just only. Whoops.
Yeah, why are you talking to the audience? I'm right here, bro.
No, words aren't weapons. That's not how that works.
This guy had his wife and daughter along with him. Like that. Sometimes they were watching the dog when he would run around and just like screaming in the audience. My God.
See how I called you a and that's not actually violent? Touch me again.
People are dying left and right just to prove a point. I think that like Freddie right now is very invested in pushing us like further down that road.
Quit sucking dick and get a fucking job!
I was able to go up there and have a productive conversation, and you're yelling he sucks dick.
The left, all you care about is
I'm not left, bro. I lean right, and you're just an idiot. If people aren't willing to engage respectfully with ideas, it's important to challenge that. Granted, I don't agree with everything the speakers say, but I still respect their right to express those ideas.
What a guy. Who the fuck is this guy? Should I know who this is? Christy Nome is going to have a bad day today. You're welcome, America. And then, I support the use of force against anyone who dares to assault federal agents. Drone strike them for all I care. This is your fault. What? Why did I even get linked this? 316 likes? I don't know who this guy is. The religious guy pulled this move on you when he asked to pray. Oh, I didn't know he was going to do that live. I thought that was kind of weird.
The thing that is...
Wait, what is this?
$120. You got to hold my hand for 10 seconds. $120. $120. Right?
What do you got?
What do you got to lose? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, man.
8, 9, 9, 9.
Okay.
So obvious about it. And I think this so disgusting is that you don't really care.
True.
You don't really care about Charlie Kirk. What you care is that this is a moment that you can use for clicks, to boost your podcast or your streaming show or your radio show or your television show or your news show or your MAGA bona fides with the MAGA group or your political stripes, that you can improve it, or you can have a moment where you're crying in front of the cameras. You gather all the reporters at the Capitol and you go, and it's your fault, and it's your fault, and it's the left and whatever.
True.
The thing that
What was up with the guy you talked to during the outdoor section that held your hand for like a minute? Was he praying? Yeah, he asked me if he could pray for me. And I was like, yeah, of course. I didn't know he was going to come up and hold my hand for a minute. I would have said no otherwise. I didn't realize that. But I love all these political people are now on Twitter tweeting out retarded shit. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley. We have zero tolerance for direct or implicit threats against government officials. I refer this matter to Secret Service and requested a full threat assessment. Like, okay, dude. Jesus, bro. Stop. What is this? I don't even know what this is in reference to. MAGA Tintin singles out random trans person in the audience, calls them a thing that shouldn't. Hell no, we ain't giving a voice to Destiny's racist ass. Not here. No, sir. Hell no, we aren't. Is this the same person? Destiny ain't going to be out here looking like he's doing some... Or these people... Oh, wait, I'm sorry, this clicked. Oh, this was the one guy that was trying to bully the one person. Oh, they banned it from public freakouts? Wait, what? Because I'm a... What? Okay, whatever. Allies, guys. Public freakout mods, deleting posts. Yeah, I see it. Based. Jesus. Fuck Destiny's racist ass. Does that mean, is there a way you can tell if the post has been removed? But it looks like it hasn't been. That sub is basically a pro pally sub. Nice. Steven, I'd like to help out with live streaming or content coverage for these events. I got it, my dude. I'll put out a bat signal if I need something for it, okay? What the fuck? What is this image of me? Justin defends a transgender audience member after an attendee randomly called him out. Trans. Why? Oh, the fat dude that was screaming at us the entire time was at the restaurant we ended up going to afterwards.
Even fascists have to eat. Destiny over here after the Unfuck America tour at Shiba Hut. What a fucking loser. Look at him, look at him. I bet she's gonna order a pinner. And slob on that shit like a dick. What a fucking loser. Even fascists have to eat.
Jesus.
I was talking to
Nux. Hi, Jew here. I uniquely get shit from the far right and the far left, and I can say with 100% certainty I would entrust my life to a Hitler-hailing anti-Semitic Jews control the universe Nick Fuentes Griper named Kill Rape Jews Griper 42069 over a moderately leftist college student that goes to overwhelmingly peaceful protests and celebrates Charlie Kirk's assassination. That's how bad it is. I think you can make an argument between like the tankies like Hasan versus, you know, Groypers, maybe. I don't know, maybe. But over just a moderately leftist college student, that's fucking retarded. But Knox is like a huge MAGA dick suck. He just pretends. He's one of the people who pretends to be like an epic centrist guy when he's like fully bought into the MAGA shit constantly.
Philosophy that underlies your...
Why was I link this? My talk with Ben Shapiro. Don't know, don't care. What is this? Do I care about this? September 19th.
The other guy in the room who's telling me about law school stuff. Hey, some people are asking me to come over and talk with you. I've heard some of your discussion around the disavowal stuff, and I want to just make sure I'm not misrepresenting your position, but you feel that we should be disavowing the violence. You don't think we should do the kind of wait for Donald Trump to take the lead, or is that a good kind of summarization of your position?
Yeah, always. If you're a liberal and you care about liberal democracy, you should always use your influence, if you have a position of influence, to denounce political violence broadly. Like my position is not that Barack Obama and Bernie Sanders and everybody else needs to get up there and say, oh, we're really sorry that this maybe came from one of our guys. That's not what I'm talking about, just to be clear.
Okay. Right, you're not saying like own the violence and then disavow, right? You're just saying like you should make a broad statement, disavow the violence on both sides. Would you say that if they said political violence is always wrong, is that enough, right? Like, is that by itself just enough, or do you want people to say like both sides violence needs to be disavowed?
However you want.
Do I want to watch another debate on this? This is from yesterday.
I say it is fine, but it's just but in this climate, you know, if we.
I love Kafka. Listen, and I love Hutch. Okay, shows a good convo. What is that noise?
What are you doing? Okay. What are you doing? No! No! Listen to me! No! No! No!
Thank you. Done such a good job.
You will go to jail now. What are...
I got a funny...
I'm sorry, but this is so good. Hold on, I'll cue that one up. Oh, I saw this kind of weird response from Amy. Ugh.
Right, and the 22nd Amendment says you can only run for office for 2 terms.
True.
You think that that's cut and dry?
Well, that's what the amendment says, right? You know, after FDR had 4 terms, that's what that amendment says.
It's a little bit of a spooky answer, but okay. I thought this was going to be 5 million. Now it's 1 million. The Trump gold card. My God. Why? And they put Trump on it. It's so cringe and weird. For a processing fee and, after DHS vetting, a $1 million contribution, receive U.S. residency in record time. What does that even mean? After DHS vetting. So is this just like the normal process? You just get like put to the front of the line? Trump Platinum Card. Sign up now and secure your place on the waiting list for the Trump Platinum Card. For a processing fee and after DHS vetting, a $5 million contribution, you have the ability to spend up to 270 days in the United States without being subject to U.S. taxes on non-U.S. income. Okay. Wait, somebody said this is not the one I was looking for? Okay, maybe it's this one. This is unhinged. This is all in Project 2025, by the way. Brendan Carr. Nice. You remember, you can never, ever, ever take conservatives seriously again. Because they said that people fear-mongered over this, that none of it was real for the long... And now that they're here... Right? All of them have memed and joked about it.
all morning wanting to pay your phone bill. Mad scientist goes berserk and we don't have pictures.
I heard Spider-Man was there. Why, motherfucker?
See?
As a lifelong Democrat, I didn't know what to make of Charlie Kirk. I've since spent several lunch breaks watching his debates, full videos, and I've come away with the impression that we got him all wrong. The reaction from those on my side of the aisle have really made me rethink whether we're on the right side of history. Well, I'm crossing the aisle. I just registered as a Republican. Anyone else? 154,000 likes. Holy shit. Right wing becoming the ones who cancel comics is obviously the mirror image of the left from the Biden era. Whoever is in power doesn't want to be criticized or joked about. Power is addictive. Just like the Democrats, you won't have it for much longer if you become the scolds. Mehdi Hasan, how is it a mirror image? Which anti-Biden comedian was fired at the behest of Biden's FCC chair, Jessica Rosen-Worcel? Biden didn't use the FCC to intimidate comics. That's true. He did use the entire national media to intimidate anyone who opposed him inside the Democratic Party. That's why no one dared to run against the Mad King. You realize that Biden was literally forced out by insiders in the Democratic Party, right? And if you're claiming the left never canceled anyone, come on, brother. Notice how he broadens that to somebody running in an election against Biden and then claiming the entirety of the left never canceled anybody, when Mehdi Hasan is asking, how is this a mirror image? When did Biden use the FCC to like censor someone on the media, right? Look at how much he broadens and narrows it simultaneously. What a stupid fucking tweet. I didn't claim anything, my friend. I asked you whether the Biden FCC intimidated the press and his critics. You agreed with me that he didn't. So your original claim that the left and right are mirror images on this just isn't accurate. That's all I was pointing out. Great, we agree. We both think the FCC should not intimidate the press and neither side should do cancel culture. I love how he makes this equivalent. He's such a fucking loser, him and Anna. Did I watch on stream Anna making excuses for the Jimmy Kimmel shit? It might be my news thing. Oh, somebody already has us up.
Doesn't understand that. Freedom of speech and freedom of the press. And Trump doesn't understand that. And so now taking out people who make fun of a politician to serve that up on a silver platter to Trump, no way, disgusting.
I think I disagree with you. Like the more I sit with what he said and the more I think about it, look, guys, I mean, you have to consider, even if you loathe Charlie Kirk, put your shoes in the shoes of conservatives who saw one of their, top influencers, someone who had a tremendous amount of clout on the right wing, he gets assassinated. And so to make a declarative statement and pin the blame on the very people who...
No one pinned the blame on MAGA. They claim that Kimmel said that. Kimmel didn't say that. She's just participating in the same fucking lies. She knows it too, though. She just wants all that MAGA clout. She wants that big MAGA grift because she has absolutely no integrity as a human being whatsoever.
Or grieving the loss of Charlie Kirk before you have any evidence is, it's offensive. It's irresponsible.
What is this?
Sir, I'm George Cheedy. I write for The Guardian. I live in a small town, less than 1,000 people. I'm also a military veteran. I am an info-trained killer just like you.
Thank you for your service, George.
In 1996, in Atlanta, when the Olympics was coming through, Atlanta very famously rounded up people who were homeless on the street downtown, bought them bus tickets, and sent them out of town and often out of state. There was a lot of negative sentiment about that later. It's one of the things that people remember. I am concerned that in the press to eliminate encampments in DC, something similar to that is happening. What is happening to the people who are homeless, often poor, often have a mental health problem or a drug problem? Where are they actually going when these encampments are being being broken.
So first of all, George, I was 12 years old when the 1996 Summer Games happened in Atlanta, so I don't remember exactly the background there. I was worried about football and fishing and doing all the things that a 12-year-old in southwestern Ohio was worried about. But I think that the question betrays a certain misunderstanding of what we're trying to do and what is the nature of real compassion. I talked earlier about my son being harassed at Union Station a couple of years ago. Now, first, as a father, you have some vagrant screaming crazy stuff. I'm sure a lot of us have had this experience where you have some vagrant screaming crazy stuff at your 3-year-old. As a father, my first reaction is grab my son closer, make sure that he's safe. Okay, then you realize the person's not going to maybe run and charge and attack us. We'll just keep our distance. But then you think, wait a second. Why have we convinced ourselves that it's compassionate to allow a person who's obviously a schizophrenic or suffering from some other mental illness? Why is it compassionate to let that person fester in the streets? You see them?
Damn. Well,
a lot of them have clear mental health issues. A lot of them have clear physical health issues. They're not properly clothed. They're not properly cared for. Some of them are wasting away. The compassionate thing is to have people who are having mental health crises, to get them in treatment, not to let them sit on the streets and yell at our people while they're walking by. And so the president actually signed an executive order to make it easier for some of these people to get access to mental health treatment. And I don't know for the life of me what happened in this country where we decided that the compassionate thing was to let somebody fester on the streets instead of get the treatment that they need. It's very simple to me. And I don't know why we accepted as parents and as grandparents and as people who just want to walk down the street in comfort, why we accepted that it was reasonable to have crazy people yelling at our kids. You should not have to cross the street in downtown Atlanta to avoid a crazy person yelling at your family. Those are your streets, paid for with your tax dollars, and you ought to be able to use them like any other citizen of this country.
I mean, I don't think they ever vote to expand access to these health services or do anything about it. But I mean, he's not necessarily wrong here, I think, right? We do have an issue with adults who have huge mental issues being homeless and then having nothing to do with them. I think it's not good. Yeah. He didn't answer the question though? Yeah, nobody answers any questions about anything, okay. No evidence found yet of ties between Charlie Kirk's shooting and left-wing groups, officials say. 3 people familiar with the federal probe into Kirk's assassination told NBC News that investigators have yet to find a link between the alleged shooter and left-wing groups. I mean, if we know, if that link was found, we'd probably hear about it fucking instantly. That's not surprising to me. The link will be DGG. Tom Homan was investigated for accepting $50,000 from undercover FBI agents. Trump's DOJ shut it down. I still think my favorite one, is the,
There's a fully functioning, vehicle.
The truck that they never made work. It's just rolling downhill.
It's not just a pusher. Not just a pusher. They just push and it doesn't move.
We will have a chain on the seats to prevent people from coming in just for the safety. I don't want someone to end up doing something and driving this.
Incredible. You can go through.
This guy scammed hundreds of millions of dollars out of people. When he got convicted for doing so, he was ordered to pay $186 million in restitution. Thank God, though. Thank God he had a killer defense attorney, Brad Bondi, the brother of Pam Bondi. And thank God that Milton and his wife donated more than $1.8 million to a fund supporting Donald Trump's reelection. And now that's not related at all to this, but that same Donald Trump also pardoned him and gave him full clemency so he didn't have to pay back any of the $186 million that he was ordered, or $168 million he was supposed to pay back in restitution. Wow. How lucky. Thank you, Ripped, for the $100. I appreciate it. I'll do my best, buddy. Just a coincidence. Oh, Gonka has a new shirt. Live and let live. Cute. Cuties. Thank you, PJ Forehead, for the subs. Oh shit, did I miss him in Cake Chat? Thank you. Oh wait. Thank you, PJ Forehead. You've gifted 90 subs total on the channel. I love you, buddy. I love you. Noah Smith is like brain broken on. A lot of people are brain broken on the cancel culture thing. Every argument progressives made against the intuitive, broad definition of free speech in 2014 to 2021 is now being weaponized against them. No one could have predicted this. It's a total surprise. Anyway, you could bulk ship to someplace in Europe so we don't have to pay fucking 80% on top for a stupid t-shirt to be shipped. I have no idea how any of the shipping works. Do you want the snippet of Decoding the Gurus responding to your prisoner's dilemma? Yeah, I've got it up. I'll listen to it in a sec. Hold on, I have 2 more links open.
Pathetic than bowing. The only thing more pathetic than bowing down to this thin-skinned autocrat is your collective inability to recognize that he will never be satisfied. Trump is basically a shark preying on you.
Give me 7 TV emote perms. We're missing so many essential emotes. Talk to Cryax, I think, in chat. He's been the one usually emailing me, and then he'll email me, and then I can do whatever I need to do.
And you cut off your arm to feed it to him, thinking that he'll be full. And eventually he comes back for the next arm, and then your leg, and then your other leg, and then the rest of your body. And where did that bargain leave you? It left you with nothing. Prey to a predator who smelled blood in the water because you were too stupid, too short-sighted to protect yourself when you had the chance. So my advice to the rest of the media, wake the fuck up. Recognize the moment that we're in, and for fuck's sake, stand for something. Stand for anything. Anything that isn't money. I am so fucking tired of watching every trusted voice in this country expose themselves as a money-starved leech who will sell out anything and everything if it means they can make another buck. ABC should know that we won't forget. On a personal note, I've canceled my Hulu Disney package. They might be desperate to pander to Trump so they can pad their bottom line, but it works both ways. And it's hard to succeed in business without customers. If ABC won't show some spine, then we will, because our money is just as green as everybody else's.
Donald Trump wants another election. You think for a second you want... I have 24 Trump 2028 hats. His folks keep sending me.
And you think he's going to run again?
No, who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves the house? This is serious, guys. This is serious.
So it'll be Newsom Trump in 28.
No, this guy doesn't believe in free, fair elections. He tried to wreck this country. Were you there, January 6th? I think Fox was. At least they weren't a lawsuit. They seem to have lost any memory of that. Shareholders didn't. I mean, he tried to light democracy on fire. He dialed for 11, almost 12,000 votes. Now he's doing it in plain sight. And people say, oh, just Trump being Trump. People actually think this guy's serious about having another election? You think he's joking about 2028? You think when he brings foreign leaders to the Oval Office and he goes to the White House store, have you seen this? Anyone? Is it just me? And he shows them the 2028 hats? He's not being serious? Wake up. You will lose your country. Again, it's not about Democrats. It's about all of us.
So you're absolutely convinced he's...
I'm absolutely convinced.
2028.
You've seen it. He tried to steal the last election. He's trying to rig it in plain sight this time. He wants to get rid of vote by mail. He's talking about eliminating voting machines he doesn't like. He's setting up the contours where he can declare a declaration of emergency for anything. Just cause means whatever he just said on Truth Social. He's running the greatest grift operation in world history. I mean, it makes some of these dictators overseas blush, the crypto, not just the perfume.
True.
I mean, come on.
Let me ask you about a couple of your...
Wake up, everybody. Wake up.
Let me ask you about a couple...
Excuse me, and I know it's impolite. We have to be more calm and demure.
A couple of your own...
But I'm not calm, and I'm not going to submit myself to niceties. Not when this guy's trying to wreck our goddamn country.
Based and Cali pilled. Hell yeah. What a king. Is this same one in this call? I wonder. 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Entire scam call goes mad. Okay. Here, listen to this. I need to do a phone call. Hopefully it's not this long. I'll be right back.
I got a funny email from Amazon about this absurd product that I bought for way too much money, and I needed to call to cancel and get my money back. This is all too common lately with scammers trying to get you to call them so they can convince you to buy gift cards. So I pretended to be an old lady, buy some gift cards, and right when they thought that they were going to get their money, I take it all away from them.
Don't do nothing. Close it.
Okay.
It's close it. Close
Kind of hard to hear what you're
Don't do
saying.
nothing.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
I call him back the next day for a little bit of a surprise as well. Aura.com recently partnered with us, and I'm excited because they make it easy for anyone, whether you're Edna, Nevaeh, or even someone like me, to take better control. That's my rooster. They monitor your credit report, financial accounts, public records, data breaches, and search for anything related to your identity or anything sketchy, and you'll get alerts right away. And sometimes they can solve it automatically, or otherwise you can call their US-based support. When I signed up to test their identity-related tools, I was impressed with everything else they offered, like a password manager, antivirus, parental controls, even a VPN that will alert you if you're on suspicious websites. I just talked to my mother-in-law about signing up, and Aura's giving anyone who wants to try it 14 days free and up to 40% off after that. Alright, now here's how I made these scammers angry.
Is there someone who can help me with a strange invoice about a balance board, waist twisting board, yoga fitness, Pilates stability disc, anti-skid training balance, gym board, exercise workout equipment charge that I got for $563.42?
Okay, well, ma'am, actually, we have received an order from your PayPal account, and we have also found some suspicious activities from your account that someone tries to send money from your account to someone else's account. So that's why we have sent you this confirmation email to confirm it whether that was you or not, okay?
Okay. And what was the product's name again?
So it's NA balance board, waist twisting board, yoga fitness plate, stability disc, anti-skid training balance gym board, exercise workout.
Right.
Go ahead and fill out this form.
Listen, I'll offer $80. That's the most I'm gonna pay for that product.
Ma'am,
take it or leave it.
Still not understanding.
Okay,
you
so
need to log in once you in to let you know.
what do you mean?
I said you need to log in into your online banking.
Why do I have to log in there?
To make instant transfer, your bank and our bank, both bank needs to be connected. Once you will log in, after that I will log in and I will transfer. What are you doing, ma'am?
I just wanted to verify.
Then
I believe I
hit
may
the
have
enter
been
button.
significantly overcharged for this product. I don't see.
What you want to verify?
I don't see any products for the 500.
Listen to me. First, let me refund you that money. After that, you can do whatever you want, okay? And I'm going to log in into my company's bank account.
Now it says
and
work
for the security
securely.
reason, your screen goes black. Yes, we work under security.
I
That's
hope
why
he
it
doesn't
says
try
work
to use the
securely.
Bank of America, because I'm spoofing their demo, and I don't know if we can both use it.
I think I might need to restart my computer.
No, don't do anything, ma'am. Don't do anything. We are working on it. I'm going to log in into my bank. That's why it's black.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just...
Don't do anything.
I'm gonna go ahead and restart it quick because
I told you don't do anything.
Are you sure?
Don't do anything. What do you have on this on the screen?
It says work securely again. I think there might be a problem.
No problem. You don't understand what I'm trying to say?
I just
said
wanted
I'm
to get
doing that.
my money back. I don't want to buy a balance board, waist twisting, yoga board, fitness, Pilates, yada yada, workout, Thorn 3, never worn, cloud saving, Bluetooth enabled, bind on pickup, +3 resistance to undead exercise equipment. You know?
It literally says It's an online. He's showing it to me right now.
Now, did you get your screen?
Yes.
Scammers will temporarily edit the HTML of your bank just to trick you.
Yes, this looks like my bank.
No, it's our bank. From here, I will transfer your $600 to your bank. I will give you a cancellation form that you need to fill out, okay?
I don't want to fill out another
If you
form,
see any
though.
form on your screen, this form is from Bank of America. They will verify you and deposit the money in your account, okay?
So you can see he's just editing the HTML right in front of me. He's not even bothering to hide
So
the
do you
screen.
see any form on your screen starting with your account type? And this is the refund form from Bank of America, from our bank. You need to type your information, ma'am, not mine. You are getting the refund. I'm not getting a refund.
Oh. Nickname. God, we need a good one. We need a good
I
nickname.
told you the amount is Master Chod.
Mother Toad, you think?
You didn't put your email address.
I like that. I like toads. Did you say something? The dude's fuming over there. Heart rate going up. Breathing rate increasing.
What is your balance of your checking account?
$3,070.14.
Just remember this balance, okay?
2 nickels and 4 pennies.
Okay, so you can see because of the transparency, normally the screen wouldn't be transparent, so everything he's doing would be hidden.
Now you will get your money back, okay?
But they sent money in between my bank accounts, and they're just editing the HTML kind of like he did a minute ago to say online transfer from Bank of America. He's actually editing the wrong spot. But the idea is that technically what happened is $6,000 came from my own account.
Refund the money. So check your balance.
Okay.
And tell me, did you get your money?
You didn't have to send that much.
How much you got?
6,000.
6,000?
I thought you were going to send 600.
अभी हमको बोलने नहीं दे रही है. I talked to my bank and they said on the refund form
maybe we should
you
talk to
put
Robin.
the amount 6,000. That's why they have sent you the 6,000. Robin is not there. I'm handling this case.
Okay, but in the words of Shaggy, it wasn't me.
Now listen to me. You need to send us 5,400, right?
Okay, let's round it off to an even 5,000.
Now listen to me how you will send it. You need to go to the Apple store. You have any Apple store nearby you?
Yeah, a ton of them. Food Lion, Kroger, Piggly Wiggly,
Apple store.
Whole Foods.
Apple. CVS. Do you have any CVS pharmacy near to you?
Yep.
How far it is?
Why, do you want to meet me there?
CVS is one of our financial partners. From this CVS, you can return our money. Look on the number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I can go to CVS. It's just...
You see the address?
That one's only rated 1 star. I'll go to CVS.
I will talk to them that you are coming, and once you reach to the parking lot of the CVS, you need to talk to me for a minute outside.
I'm sorry, can you quiet down a little bit?
Guide you how can
you quiet down, but also talk loudly?
Yes, I said once you reach to the parking lot of the CVS, you need to talk to me. I will tell you how can you do it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you just drive safe, go to the CVS, and how long it will take to go there?
1 more minute or so.
Okay, not a problem. I'm holding the line, okay? Listen to me carefully. Hold on. Don't go inside.
I'm just in the parking lot.
From this CVS, each card will be 500. That means 4 pieces of 500, okay? And if you don't find Target, you can buy Visa Vanilla. Visa Vanilla.
I might be able to get apples too.
Listen to me and
All
don't
right.
disclose that you are refunding my money, okay?
Jeez, watch where you're going.
You said
Go ahead,
because
sorry.
they will add more $500 or $1,000 tax on it.
What?
Did you get the cards, ma'am?
Do you see the apples?
I'm talking about the Apple gift cards.
I sent you a picture. Do you?
You sent me the picture of apples.
Right. Yeah, they have a.
You need to buy
the manager
gift
said
card.
that there might be,
Apple gift
you know,
card.
there's probably 2,000 if I were to get a couple crates. Is this Victor?
Where are you?
Oh, I'm at my house.
Okay, and which card you got?
They're called Google. They seem perfect for this situation. I asked one of the people that work there.
I told you, listen to me.
You're the man,
you that
you're
you
the man
need to
who
buy.
works at the PayPal store, right? With
Yes.
Because I wanted to get the balance board, waist twisting board, fitness disc, anti-gravity.
Listen to me, ma'am. You're not
exercise equipment.
You're not listening
canceled.
to me. You need to give me the card numbers. At the back of the card, you will see card numbers.
Okay, yeah, I was just watching there was a little video about how to do it. It says that you have to redeem
I want you to take a picture. What are you doing, ma'am?
Let me see if this will
Just
work.
leave it. Don't do anything. No, don't do anything.
Let me know if this will go through.
Don't do anything. You know, it's our job. We will check it, okay? You don't have to check anything. Just close that page.
It looks like 500 went through.
Ma'am, what are you doing? I told you not to do anything.
This is how you do it, right? I watched the video. Here, I'll do it.
Hold on. Don't do anything.
Let me get the next one for you.
Ma'am, I told you don't do anything.
I don't mind doing this stuff either because, you know, I like to make sure everyone gets fair is fair, you know, and you accidentally sent too much.
If you will take it, I will not get my money. I said close that page.
What?
I'm not getting my money, ma'am. If you're doing this, I will not get my money. I said close that page.
Oh, okay. Do you need to check it?
You just erase the numbers. This is communicating.
I didn't give you these two yet. If you wanna, did you wanna do it yourself?
Write down all.
Sorry, hold on. You remind me of my grandson. He likes to click things too. All right, you can click the redeem button.
Close this. Close this. Don't do nothing. Close it.
Okay. It's
close it. Close
kind of hard to hear what you're
Don't
saying.
do nothing.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
Madam, just close it. Do not do anything. Close it. Exit out.
X out the card that I just sent to you. There's the last one. Okay, what's wrong?
You did a mistake. You did a big mistake.
I know. That guy sent me $6,000.
No,
it is a pretty big mistake.
You redeem all the cards.
But you know, everyone.
You redeem all that.
Everyone makes
for
mistakes
yourself.
sometimes. It's part of being human.
I didn't.
None of us are perfect.
Stop me call, man.
I left one card for them to try on their computer. Oh, it doesn't work. And then I'll say, like, oh, I typed it wrong. It's not a B. It's an 8 or whatever. And then I'll redeem it.
Okay, so the last card, do you need me to send that to you? Or I know I still owe you a little bit more money. I can get that to you maybe tomorrow or Friday.
They're now connected on 3 different computers. And they're like, they just don't know what's going on. I think they're all just sort of stunned. They've got 3 computers connected to me trying to figure out why they can't control my screen. I don't know if they've just like lost hope. They're just huddling in silence.
You just turn off your computer. Just turn it off.
Oh, you know
turn
what?
off the computer and turn it back on.
Yeah, I gave you the wrong... Hold on. It's PJ... Oh, 8. 500 is... Okay, I sent you the last one. I can't hear you if you're talking to me or not. I'll text you. Yesterday, I was in the middle
Cheryl. It's Cheryl, right?
Yeah, I told you I would call you.
On that day, you buy.
So I wanted to call
the
back
Google Play
because I
card.
don't want you to miss out on the $4,000. But my grandson
Listen to me.
said it normally you don't buy. You normally don't pay people gift cards.
We cannot accept money from bank. That's why the gift card is for gifting purpose.
All right, let me head to my house, and on the way I'll get some cards. Hi, it's Cheryl Andrews. I got the cards that you asked for.
You have to take the picture and send it to me, okay?
Is that
Just
right?
send it to me, okay?
Okay, I just felt so bad. I didn't want you to lose your job.
Yeah, send me.
I went to the store to get it for you. Did you get it?
Why are you wasting our time?
I'm not wasting your time. I'm just trying to give you the cards. I don't want you to get in trouble. Will that work?
Yeah.
Can you send that to your...
You are playing with us. Do not ever call here again. Fuck you, mother.
Oh, little baby.
I'm just gonna write, oops, honest mistake, wrong picture. He didn't text me back or answer my phone calls, which is understandable because I wasted a bunch of their time and made them pretty angry. Hopefully you had a chance to laugh and learn a few things as you watched the video, and as always, know that you're valuable and you matter. I hope you have a chance to pursue something that you find meaningful or something you're passionate about this week. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.